Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions and review on a new foundation that I picked up. I have been wanting to try this foundation for a while, and yesterday I was near a MAC store, so I decided to go in and purchase the MAC Studio Waterweight SPF30 foundation. So I wanted to wait until I got colour matched in this, as a few people have mentioned that their normal MAC shade is not the shade that they've got in this foundation. So I didn't want to purchase my NC40 shade and then for it to be wrong, as we've got a rubbish returns policy here in the UK. But when I did get matched, I am an NC40. So this retails in the UK for £25.50, but at the moment in Debenhams there's like a 10% sale off, so I think you can get it for like £22.50, something like that. So it comes in this really nice glass bottle, and you get your usual 30ml 1 fluid ounce, which is what you get in a usual foundation. So I'm just going to tell you what it says about the foundation. So it says, introducing an innovative foundation that delivers colour in an ultra fluid elastic gel serum formula. With a virtually weightless feel, this formula is comfortable, lasting for hours. With stay true colour and sheer medium buildable coverage, it softly blurs imperfections such as pores and fine lines, while also controlling oil. The addition of moisture fusion complex provides immediate and all-day hydration, leaving skin feeling quenched and silky to the touch. The unique dropper provides you with a drop of perfection. So if any of you have watched my channel before, you guys know that I'm not particularly a fan of a lot of MAC foundations, and the only foundation that I do wear from MAC is actually the face and body. But I really wanted to try this one out, as it's meant to be really lightweight, which is what I prefer in my foundations, and it is meant to be a little bit like the face and body. So as I mentioned, it comes in this really nice glass bottle, and it is basically a pipette and it's a dropper, so it's not your normal foundation. And so you just want to drop it out, and as you can see there, it is really watery, but obviously it's a water-based foundation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the foundation on now. I'm going to tell you guys what my first initial impression, and then I'll be checking in at different points throughout the day to see how it's wearing, what it's looking like, what my opinions are, and then I'll give you a review at the end. So I've already primed my face with the Nivea Post Shave Balm. This is meant to be quite a luminous and dewy foundation, so I didn't want to use some kind of illuminating primer. I just wanted to use something that's just going to be quite flat on the face. I'm going to be using my Real Techniques buffing brush for this. So as it's brand new, I'm going to shake my foundation first. Just make sure you shake it really well, and it does actually say shake well on the bottle. So there you go. I'm not entirely sure how many drops to use, so I think I'm going to try, that's 3 drops, and it's very runny, as you can see. It's exactly like my face and body. I'm just going to dot it all over the face, and then I'm going to buff it in. Okay, first initial impression is that it blends really easily, but this is super lightweight. Like, there's hardly any coverage whatsoever, but I just think it feels really lightweight, and it blended so easily. So it's definitely evened out my skin tone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 4 drops on this side to see. I think I needed more than 3, so try 4 drops on the other side of the face. So let's do this side. Yeah, I think 4 drops actually. I think 4 drops for one side of the face is a lot better. This blends so easily, and it just really sinks into the skin. It's very skin-like. I would say the finish is definitely very skin-like, and it is definitely quite a lightweight coverage foundation. I mean, you can still see my sunspots are all here. It hasn't really covered anything major, but what it has done, I think, is just evened out my skin tone really nicely. So I'm going to see how buildable this is, and I'm going to add a few more drops to the face just to see if you can build this up to a medium coverage like it says. And then let's just fluff this in. So it's covered the redness around my nose, and it's buildable, but I wouldn't say it's buildable to a full-on medium. I would say it's quite an even buildable. It's only buildable to a light medium coverage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put the rest of my makeup on, and then I will be back in a second. Right, I'm back, and seriously guys, right now I am totally loving this foundation right now. I just love how my skin is looking. It just looks so nicely evened out. It just looks healthy, it looks glowy, but it doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look cakey. It just leaves a really nice dewy finish, a luminous look to the face, and my makeup went on so smoothly, so nicely, and I'm just totally digging this foundation. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you guys that if you are looking for a good solid medium to a full coverage foundation, this is not it. If you are looking for a matte foundation, this is not it. This is definitely a luminous dewy foundation, and it is really lightweight, and it does feel really lightweight on the skin. You can probably get a, I think, average, light to average medium out of this, but even a full-on medium you're probably not going to get. My skin is definitely showing through, my sunspots are showing through. It's covered my redness, and it's covered anything that needs to be covered, and it's just evened it out beautifully. And like I said, it just feels so lightweight on the skin. It just makes, I'm just feeling as though I've got a really good skin day. I feel like I'm having a really good healthy skin day. It looks hydrated, it looks moisturized, and it just looks, I'm really digging this right now. The one thing I will say is that it's still, like, I put this on now about half an hour ago, and it's still a little bit tacky, so it doesn't dry completely. So I don't usually powder, I don't usually set my foundation, as I've got quite dry skin, so I'm not going to set this either because I want to see how well it wears. And I haven't used any kind of setting spray either because, like I said, I want to give this a true test and see how it wears throughout the day. So it's currently now 12:56, and I'm going to be wearing this throughout the day, and like I said, I will come in and check in with you later to give you my thoughts and see how it. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so I'm here for my check-in, and it is now 4:27 on the clock. So it has been around, I think I put it on just before 1 o'clock, so it's been 3.5 hours since I first put my foundation on, and so far it's looking really good. It has withheld, it hasn't come off anywhere, it hasn't gone patchy, it still looks just as good as it did when I first put it on a few hours ago. So I feel like my makeup looks really good. I feel as though I've still got a really nice healthy glow to the face, and I've still got quite a good coverage. So I would say that when I first put it on and I was talking to you guys about the foundation, it still felt, it wasn't completely dry, and it still felt a bit tacky. It took about another approximately 20 to 30 minutes after that for it to completely dry, and now it's completely dry and it doesn't feel tacky at all. So one thing I did notice is that actually after it's completely settled into my skin, I found that the coverage was a little bit better than when I first put it on. So I don't know why that is, but after it just settled and I think sunk into my skin and just meshed in with my skin, it just looks as though it gives you a little bit more of a good solid medium coverage. I'm still really liking it. I'm loving the finish. Again, it does not feel heavy at all, and so far so good. So I'm going to go about the rest of my day, and I will give you a final check-in and review and my thoughts on the foundation at the end of the day. So I am now back from my final check-in. So the time is now 9:50, and I've had this foundation on since just before 1 o'clock, so around 9 hours. And my final thoughts are that I am actually really liking this foundation. I think it just makes my skin look really healthy and really nice, and it just gives you a really nice glow to the face, and it just basically makes your skin just look so much more better than it is. It evens it out beautifully, and I think it's worn pretty well during the day. Yes, it has worn off a bit, especially around my nose, but I haven't used any kind of setting spray today, so it's lasted pretty well, and I still think even now it doesn't look that bad, and my skin still looks pretty evened out. So I'm really happy with it. I mean, me personally, this is the kind of foundations that I like. I like foundations that are not too heavy and they don't give too much of a full coverage. I like them quite lightweight, and I don't like really feeling as though I've got a lot of foundation on. I'm looking for something that evens out my skin tone, but at the same time gives me a nice dewy finish and makes my skin look healthy. And I kind of feel as though this really does the job. I'm kind of feeling that I think I like this a little bit more than my face and body, but I'm gonna have to wear it a few more times to see which one out of the two I prefer. But I really do like this, and if you like the face and body, then I definitely think that you will also like the Waterweight foundation. So anyway guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video has been useful, and please don't forget to comment, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.